Cleveland! This is for you!
Talking about balls.
Thanks.
Ladies and gentlemen, my mic is not working again. Ladies and gentlemen, nothing. There, a little bit. Oh, maybe it's trying. It wants to work.
Just go for it.
Yeah, we're gonna figure this out. Ladies and gentlemen, fuck, damn it, Dave. Hello. All right, this seems like it's gonna work. We're sharing mics.
You want to?
Hang on, is this working? It's still cutting out a little bit. Hang on. Is there a sweet spot? No, it's fucked up. All right, we're splitting mics.
Go.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Talking About Balls. I am Justin George, joined as always by Kyle Price and Tim Buck 2. Thank you guys all for coming here. We are live from Shenanigans Pub, Lucy's Taco Shack. Thank you guys that are here. Happy birthday to Grape, first and foremost, sitting out there in the crowd, blessing us with his presence. He doesn't look a day over 21. He's spry. He still gets up, barely sleeps. I don't know how he does it. I'm 10 years younger than him, more than 10 actually, and I love sleep. I'm tired for you. But thank you guys, everybody, for coming. We are sponsored this episode specifically for... I did. Try it again? No. Give that one to him.
This to me.
Yeah, my foot was on it. All right.
The camera's on, by the way.
That'll help. Technical difficulties at its finest, but that's okay. This episode, though, is brought to you because of D&J Towing. For all your towing needs, give Dan a call. 216-877-6093, 24-hour towing. Lockouts, winch outs, jump starts. We buy junk cars, vans, SUVs, and trucks. Give them a call. Tell them Talking About Balls sent you. But we are live. We are at Shenanigans Pub, Lucy's Taco Shack. Any chance your mic is working? It's not going to work? Okay. Classic,
Nothing.
a classic red line technical difficulty
Hello.
moment.
There you go.
There we
Maybe?
go. We are in
Possibly?
business.
I think we're working now. Okay, we're good.
All right.
Jesus.
Let's get right into it. We are so proud to announce that we have our first official sponsor for the show. After doing, this is our 99th episode, and we had an email a couple weeks ago from a company, and they wanted to officially sponsor Talking About Balls, and we are finally allowed to talk about it. We signed the T's are crossed, the I's are dotted. The contract is official.
99 episodes, first off. Let's go back to that.
Yeah, that's true. We could talk about
that. It literally
that.
seems like, last month that we decided that you wanted to come together and talk sports, and it's been 99 episodes?
I mean, the weird thing, too, is we started in my basement. We progressed upstairs. We were in the office for a little bit.
Yep.
And then Redline Radio approached us and offered us a chance here, and we've been with Redline for almost a year.
It's been a very interesting ride. But it's nice that we're getting our 100th episode next week, and we have a sponsor. Now it's like we're just now getting going. It's like
you
it's
had
off
to
and
do.
running.
It's like the comedians. What do they say? The 10,000 hours or whatever you have to do on stage. That's basically what we did. We're putting in the work. A lot of effort, and we are proud to announce that we are officially sponsored by the app BetStamp. BetStamp.
Yes.
So BetStamp, they call themselves the Trivago of sports
Priceline,
gambling.
yeah.
So what you do is you go on BetStamp, and they are going to tell you whatever bet you want to make. They will tell you all the different apps and what the odds are. So you can make sure you get the biggest bang for your buck. You're going to find the best value. You're going to make the most money for yourself. It's a win-win. They reached out to us. They are officially sponsoring our show. So go to BetStamp. If you go to BetStamp, download the app and put in referral code BALLS.
Yep.
If you use the code BALLS, that is all you need to do on BetStamp, and you'll be golden. So
I legit didn't think that we'd get the code.
thank you so much.
I didn't think they'd approve the code. I'm glad they did, though.
I didn't either. We were kind of sitting around. We were doing a conference call with the guy, and I'm thinking in my head, I'm like, shit, we need to come up with a referral code word. I'm like, what are we going to go with? I doubt they'll let us use balls. That's probably considered, non-politically correct with them. And the guy on the call, he goes, if you guys want to use like balls or something like that, I'm like, you read my mind, dude. So
yeah, he's like that. He started laughing, actually. He's like, that's perfect.
Yeah, it was meant to be.
It's ideal audience right there. So when we say it, it's easy to get.
So yeah, so if you're interested in betting, this is not an app that you have to sign up for. It's not a bet.
No,
it's not
free.
an app that you have to put your social security number in, any bank information, anything like that. It is completely free. It is just a service. So download the app, type in the referral code BALLS, and big and great things are going to be happening for the show,
I
hopefully.
mean, I've already used the app a couple times. I mean, just going on and betting.
I use it every day. I did it
betting
earlier.
the Cavs the other night. I wanted to get the biggest bang for my buck, so like I went on there and bet that money on the site that had the most return on it, which was crazy.
Yeah.
So
I mean, we're going to have later in the show, we're going to talk about our bets for the week.
Yep.
And I will admit that today, Kyle and I are both following a guy on Twitter who's giving out daily picks, and it's the road to $10,000. On that road, every day he posts a couple of picks.
Yes.
And when I was doing them today, I looked on BetStamp first because I'm like, well, if I'm going to profit as much as I can, I'm going to make sure I get the most bang for my buck. So
where'd you go through?
I ended up using Superbook.
Oh, I went through 365. I don't know why I just did.
So Superbook had the best odds today
For both those
for
teams?
both of them. Yeah.
Okay.
So I went with
And
Superbook.
where are you at right now? What's your bet today to profit what?
That specific one is I'm at $130 to turn it into a little over $270.
Okay, so I'm at 250 to win 550 with the odds. I think it comes up to like a plus 120 after everything's said and done. But still, it's because of the app that we were able to. I mean, obviously he used it better than I did, but to find the best site. And the cool thing about the app, which we'll get more into it next week when we get more in detail, but it links all of your stuff together. So if you have multiple sites you bet through, you can link them all together so you can find the best app, and you can go right into it. It shows you what you're betting, shows you what you're winning, and so on and so forth, which is great. Oh, a Dos Equis.
I thought they were out.
El Presidente, por favor.
But yeah, so we're really excited. Again, if you guys don't have it yet, download the app BetStamp, use the code BALLS, and your life in gambling will be much better.
One of many. Next goal is brewery. So anybody has a brewery out there wanting to sponsor a sports talk show, let us know. We will go sell our souls.
Kyle and I are not opposed to going knocking on some doors, so we will go to breweries.
I'll show some leg. I mean,
we're
going to
start asking people to sponsor us if they don't reach out to us first, but
Let's
you got to do what you got to do. It's a crazy world out there. All right.
Oh, we should preface, by the way, this is going to be an hour-long show.
Yeah, we're doing a quicker show tonight. We noticed last time we did the 2-hour show, everybody in the crowd was a little much. 2 hours is a long time to expect people to sit there
I want to
quietly
go
in a
out there
bar.
and hang out and drink with them.
Absolutely, that's what I want to. Last time we ended, by the time we cleaned up, they were doing the karaoke. We only had like 10 minutes to mingle before people had to leave, so
Right.
we want to spend a little more time. But with that being said, the show is officially going to start. So let's get right into it. LeBron James breaks the all-time points record in the NBA yesterday.
Did you watch the game live?
100%.
Yeah. I'm glad he got it on a shot, not like a foul, a technical, a layup or something.
So my buddy at work actually did a bet that was he would break the record on a free throw, and it was like plus 10,000. So if it would have happened, my buddy would have been a rich man today.
Jesus. Yeah,
I mean, either way, I knew he was going to break it. I think it would have been cool if he did, like, if he posterized somebody. Wouldn't that have been sick?
or he had a breakaway dunk and it's just him out there. And he
Yeah,
throws
if it was just
down.
his
Yeah.
classic fucking, his where he holds the ball back far as fuck. That was
I mean, they were
signature
playing
dunk.
some loose defense on him last night, but, it is what it is.
It was kind of funny that they kind of clamped down defensively when he was trying to break the record.
Right. At the start, he got to
In the
20
beginning, they
pretty
didn't give a
quick.
shit. I mean, Oklahoma City does not play defense. They're not a defensive team in the slightest bit.
Did you see the shot at the end where he was talking to his kids, and he's at a halftime. He's like, "All right, I got 16 to go. What do you think? Go for it or don't?" And they're like, "Yeah, just fucking go for it." So
I mean, I'm not one for. We'll get Grape involved in this one day because
conspiracy theories?
I have a conspiracy. Hear me out. How the fuck did they know he would shoot it on that hoop with his kids, Phil Knight from Nike, all right there, perfect camera angle? How do you do? How Hollywood couldn't do that any better? Yep. I'm gonna get my answer on Friday night, I think.
I don't know. I mean, it's like the perfect shot, perfect picture, perfect everything was set up down there.
So that was my first thought. I saw that, and I'm like, what are the odds that they are in perfect position to take a picture of their dad breaking this record?
And
I'm like, what if it was on the other hoop? Like, they were just, nope, no good picture.
Just go over.
Oh, yeah, he came in. He knew it was happening. He put that headband on in pregame. That shit was over. Done.
Who said that? Oh, Mike said that. My brother-in-law said he's like, "It was
Yeah,
you got headband LeBron. It's
OG
on.
Cleveland LeBron with the headband, game over. That dude's putting up 40.
It's just funny to me because you look at his stats. He has not hit 35 points in a couple games. Like he's like
No,
one
it's
out
been
of
a
the last,
while.
like 10 or whatever. So, but everyone flew in. All his family was there. Adam Silver was there. I think
Kareem was there.
Kareem was there.
The Lakers press people came out and said that they had to open up an extra media section that would normally be for the hockey games
Yeah.
because they had so many people asking for credentials for the game.
Yeah, there's just no. I mean, I bet a bet last night. I think it was like a 155 or whatever. I put $100 down on it that he hit it. So
I did over the weekend. I did $50 on Saturday that he would break it against Oklahoma City yesterday. So and it was plus 190 when I did it. So I'm very happy about that.
so now he's the official leader of points, greatest of all
no
time.
signs of slowing down.
Greatest of all time.
Oh, 100%. You know where I stand.
Such a hot debate this topic is, though. I mean,
Which I don't understand why people want to debate that so much. Jordan was phenomenal. Jordan was one of the greatest basketball players of all time. LeBron James is just overall does everything so well. He is
Right.
just, to me, the best overall basketball player I've ever seen. And
So-
I love Michael Jordan. It's not a hate on him.
to me, it's hard to I mean, this is they both play two different positions. They both played in two different eras. Does he have more points than Jordan? Yes. Is he better? I mean, is he a better overall basketball player? Like you put prime versus prime. Potentially, I think if you go one-on-one, I think that's a back-and-forth contest right there. But it's hard to say because there's also other great players, too. Shaquille O'Neal, one of the greatest centers of all time, but you could consider him one of the greatest basketball players of all time. Obviously, Michael Jordan, but Larry Bird, Magic Johnson. I mean, yes. Is he the greatest to do it? Statistically, yes. You can't argue he's top. He's number one in points. He's now number 4 in assists.
Yep.
And to get top 10 in both points and assists, that's a hard thing to do.
I actually did a lot of research today because you know how I get when people argue with me.
I saw everyone arguing with you, so I know you're like to the books today.
So I went right on Google and I made sure I tracked everything that I was going to say because I like to be right. You know how I am. I'm stubborn. LeBron is 32nd, if I'm not mistaken, in rebounds of all time.
Okay.
He is 4th in assists.
Yep.
He is, I forgot the exact number, but I know he's ahead of Jordan in blocks.
Right.
Jordan is ahead of him in steals, so he's got that on him. But I just don't understand the argument. Like, I was born in 1989. When I grew up, I was a Michael Jordan fan in the 90s. Now I'm a LeBron fan because obviously the Cavs drafted him, and I've been a fan of LeBron even when he's been on other teams. When he won the championship in 2020 with the Lakers, I was supporting the Lakers. I want LeBron to win as many championships as he can. He is one of the best athletes we'll ever get to see. I'm just enjoying the ride.
Yeah,
One day
absolutely.
he's going to retire, and we'll never get to see anybody play at that level.
It sucks.
I
that
just
you
want to enjoy it.
It sucks that people have to be one or the other. Like, why can't we just sit back and appreciate greatness? You're watching it, right? You're watching LeBron play. Those of us who are older, we have people in the audience who are, that watch Jordan when he was, playing in his prime. You appreciate the greatness you watch. I remember watching Shaq in his prime, Kobe in his prime. These are all great basketball players. Yes, I still think LeBron and Jordan are 1A, 1B, in my opinion.
No question about it.
I mean, it's hard to go, and it's always starts the hot
I
debate.
personally think LeBron is 1A, but
Sure.
I don't get mad at people that say Jordan that they like Jordan better. By all means, it is what
It's
it
one of
is.
those things where I watch one day I'll be like, yeah, LeBron's the best of all time. Then I'll get stuck on like a YouTube reel of all the Jordan highlights going.
And then you have
never
the people
mind, 1A again.
that are just stubborn and they come in and say Kobe's better than LeBron. Like people like that just say dumb shit.
I mean, Kobe's top 5.
He's in the top 5,
maybe?
I would think. Yeah.
But I mean, it's hard to put him up against LeBron and Jordan. You can't do that. I mean, Kobe did mimic Jordan's game. I mean,
100%.
To a T. It's watching side by side video of both their fadeaways, their turnarounds, how they hold the ball, how they handle themselves. That's Michael Jordan reincarnated in Kobe.
And there's
Not that he's dead, but
there's variables. Yeah.
one's dead. Ooh, never mind.
there-
You could put
Two or-
Kobe in 3.
No.
He'd be close. I could listen to a debate. I could listen to it.
Kobe,
don't-
Kobe top 5.
Off the top of my head, I don't know who I would put in my top 5, but I know for me personally, it would be LeBron, Jordan, 1, 2. I know that. The rest, I'd have to sit down and think about it. Kobe would be top 5.
If he
it
stayed
just-
healthy, I would have put McGrady up there too, man.
T-Mac was one of the best players of all time, but
Dude was a baller.
unfortunately injuries are a thing. Like I know the stats don't match it, but Allen Iverson, pound for pound, was one of the best basketball players of all time. He's my personal, he's my favorite
The
basketball player.
notorious step over Ty Lue and
That was
the side
insane.
there. Yeah.
But he carried that team to the finals against the Lakers.
That team was trash.
That team sucked, and he carried them, and he was a tiny dude. I mean, he's like 6'1",
That was
150
Eric
pounds.
Snow at point guard.
Eric Snow, Dikembe Mutombo, like that team sucked. They had Matt Geiger as the backup center. Like they were not good. Aaron McKee was the back. Yep. I used to play the shit out of them when I was.
I hated when Aaron McKee came in.
Who else did they have? That team sucked.
Coleman.
Yeah, Derek Coleman was on the team. They were not good.
Yeah, they wasn't very
And he carried them to the finals. That's like same thing with me. And again, it's biased because I'm from Cleveland, but LeBron is ahead of Jordan because he not only took a Cleveland team to the finals, he won a championship. That's something, let's be honest, did any of us really think we'd see a championship in our lifetime in any sport? There was a time where I think we all gave up hope.
The Crunch won a
Except for
championship.
guys like my father-in-law, Mike, Grape, those guys, they were around back in the 60s for those championships. But for me, that was a long time ago. So
Didn't the women's basketball team win a championship here too? The
Which one?
Rockers, Didn't the Rockers win a championship?
the WNBA team, I really don't know.
Fact check. Anybody? No, they didn't. Okay.
Yeah, I don't
Jose
think they
knows,
would
Of
have.
course.
They wouldn't have folded if they were champions. I don't think. Yeah.
Yeah.
Then again, I don't think it matters if you win a championship with the WNBA. No one's going. Let's be honest.
Just back to finishing the point about LeBron versus Jordan. It's
Sure.
just- everyone on the radio today and yesterday avoided that conversation. Like every time someone called up and be like, "Oh, Jordan's better," they would just shut it down. Like we're not even talking about it. It's
So
like,
I will say,
appreciate the moment you're in. The fact that he did something and he's playing basketball at his age at the level he's playing.
It's nuts.
You'll never see it again.
now I know you and I both love Ken Carmen.
Yes.
So did you listen this morning?
Partially. I listened on the way to work, but I didn't hear the entire
He
thing.
basically said LeBron's still not number one. Doesn't matter that he had the scoring title yesterday, and it's like that shouldn't be the defining moment of his career. He also is really good at assists.
What's his
He's-
reasoning?
He didn't have one.
I'm assuming it's Jordan, right? That he likes.
Yeah, all he said was his defense was he would go, was Kareem your number one overall player before because he was the scoring champion.
Right.
The scoring title doesn't make you the best player of all time. It's the overall game that you've played in your
Right.
career, and LeBron is next level. You'll never see another player. I saw stats earlier that showed in players' 20th year in the NBA, like Kobe, Jordan, Kareem, even these guys that played this long career, their stats in their 20th year were ass.
Yeah.
Jordan was the closest to LeBron at like 20 points a game. Everybody else was like teens.
Well, I'm pretty sure at 30.
LeBron is at 30 points a
What is
game.
he at 38 years old now?
Yeah,
So at 38, Jordan was the Wizards retiring.
Yep.
The second time with the Wizards, right?
one
Or
of the times.
the
He
third time
retired quite a few
retired,
times.
one. Gambling issues were first time.
Yeah,
he
it
retired.
definitely wasn't an unannounced suspension. Definitely was not that.
But no, it's interesting to me because anybody who comes out and says, "Well, Jordan won championships." Well, yeah, Bill Russell won championships. Does
Exactly.
That mean
There's-
he's the greatest of all time.
There's always somebody that's ahead of Michael Jordan because the same thing happened today. They said MVPs. Jordan has more than LeBron. Okay, well Kareem has more than Jordan.
Right.
Championships, as you said, Bill Russell more than Jordan.
And this is what pisses me off. It's all different eras of basketball.
Yes.
You know, back when Bill Russell and Kareem played, yes, it was getting into that hard-nosed, tough basketball. Then you move into where Jordan came in and Bird were in, Magic were in. That was a little rougher around the edges than what LeBron plays in right now.
Yeah.
Or Kobe played in. So it's all different types of basketball being played.
Right.
You know, it's
And that's why I
it's
just
hard
think
to compare
people
the
need
guys.
to just enjoy what you get to see, enjoy the greatness that you got to watch, the
Yeah,
history.
I mean, I appreciate watching LeBron do his thing now, and now you start latching on to these younger talents. You know, Luka and players like that coming up. Mitchell, you know, these players who are really good. They're not going to be in the level of LeBron, but it's just appreciate what you have in front of you.
Like, I personally, do you think this record will ever be touched?
No, it won't be.
I don't either.
Statistically, I don't see LeBron's records being touched at all. And
They-
here's the reasons: because he's still going to play for another 3 or 4 years.
Yeah, it's just going to keep piling on.
Like they were talking today, like they think his plan. Obviously, I think his contract with the Lakers ends next year.
Yeah, he signed a 2-year
He's
deal with them
going
last
to
year.
then sign a deal where he's going to sit back and basically tell anybody who takes Bronny, "You get both of us."
Yeah.
And he'll
I
he'll
did notice-
restructure his contract just to go play 1 or 2 years.
He
with
did an
whatever
interview
team.
with Shaq after the game yesterday, and Shaq was like, you know, at this stage of your career, what do you think is the future for you? And he said, as long as I'm mentally in, my body's there. He's like,
Yeah.
I can keep playing. It's no problem.
And he's so like in it, like he's just so focused on his training and whatnot, like his ability to work out, stay healthy.
He
not
spends
have
$1 million.
injuries. He spends what?
$1 million a year. He spends
It's
$1
like
million
Tom
a
Brady,
year.
like
Yeah.
all the stuff he goes into. It's insane.
Just to keep himself in shape, and it's worked. I mean, more power to him.
So I think LeBron's got another 4 years. He's going to pile in those stats. I don't know how far away he is from 3 in assist. I don't know if you looked that up or not.
No, I didn't really pay attention
I mean,
to that. I just
watch-
I needed to know where he was at the day.
I do have his career stats.
Hit me, Tim. You know I love stats. You know I love this shit.
Over
Just-
1,410 games,
Justin's getting hard over here.
he averages,
Table's lifting. It's not me.
he averages 27.2 points, 7.5 rebounds, and 7.3 assists.
Unheard of.
I did the assists, and it equaled 10,575 assists.
Yeah, I think he's 4th overall in
Sorry,
assists.
that's how many boards he had.
So I'm curious
Okay.
though. So here's LeBron's 3 more years in the league. Does he be that guy who just says, "Fuck it, I'm just gonna go out and facilitate every game I play now," and just
30,000, 10,000,
and just go after that assist now, moving his way up that assist total? Who's got number 1 in assists? Anybody know?
It's John Stockton, yeah.
Okay. Does LeBron have a chance at Stockton? What's that?
Yeah, Stockton leads in steals also.
And steals. Does he have a chance at the assist total, LeBron?
I don't think so.
He got 12,000 assists.
Yeah, he'd have to play a while.
I mean,
And
I'm
he-
just saying, could you imagine every game he now averages 8 points and
he would,
15 assists?
Yeah, he would have to stop scoring and only pass the ball if he wanted to break it, which, hey, he could do it.
So did you see the drama? This is stick with the Laker game last night. Did you see the drama? They're trying to drum up with AD and Russell Westbrook on the side after he won. He hit that shot. They just
So,
sat there not excited at all.
I don't know what you saw, but I saw today that Westbrook and their head coach, Darvin Ham,
Got into it?
at halftime. And there are rumors that Westbrook is now he's going to get dealt to Utah. There's a 3-team deal. This was the rumor earlier. It's Utah, Minnesota, and the Lakers, and it would get D'Angelo Russell and a couple other players to Los Angeles. Los Angeles would dump Russell Westbrook and a couple draft picks.
They need to dump AD's contract too. I mean, that's not.
Well, AD, I think if AD can stay healthy and get his shit together, last night I don't know what that was. I have no explanation for that. Last night he looked checked out. He didn't care. Could have been just having a bad overall mental night because when LeBron broke the record, AD sat on the bench and looked like he was pouting.
Yeah, like they
Did
just,
not look
they
like a
didn't
good
want to
teammate.
participate and like enjoying the fact you just watched
Now,
someone break the record.
if you rewind 2 more games to the last time the Lakers played, AD dominated.
Right.
So I don't know what to make of that. I don't understand what's
How
going
about
on
we
with
just
him.
agree that the Lakers are a hot mess right now?
They 100% are.
But what's funny to me is that their record's trash.
Yes.
But they're only 5 games out of 4th place right now.
No, the West is a mess right now because you have so many injuries.
It's all clustered.
I mean, and then you have a team like the Warriors who, you have one hand, you think, okay, they're healthy, they're going to take it off. And then now you have Steph Curry has that tear in his knee.
Yeah.
It's a minor tear. It's not a full tear, but I don't think he's going to be right for the rest of the season, which,
No.
fuck him. I hate the Warriors, so I don't care.
The Cavs just moved into 4th spot in the East, right? Cavs are now holding the 4 down, I think.
Yeah, right now they are. And trading, we'll talk about it here. Kyrie Irving, the flat earther, he was, of course, traded to Dallas. It's ironic that he's been on every team around the globe, and he doesn't believe that there's a globe.
It's the flat transition to the next location, so it's okay.
He was traded to Dallas this week, so that's another thing that's good for the Cavs because that makes Brooklyn even weaker. Because Brooklyn was actually playing decent basketball.
So who gets the ball in that? Who gets the last shot in that team?
Oh, it's Luka. Luka, no question about it.
So is that team?
I don't think that's a good fit personally.
I
I'm curious
it
to
doesn't
see
make
this
sense to me.
experiment.
It doesn't make sense to me how they're going to make that work with
What I
both
heard is
ball
Kyrie.
dominant players.
Kyrie is such a dislikable person that the owner of the Nets, when they said Kyrie wants a trade, he goes, okay, anywhere but the Lakers, because that's where Kyrie wanted to go.
Yeah, I didn't know that. I didn't hear that.
I read that the other day.
Was that LeBron's tweet where it says maybe it's me?
Well, yeah, he wanted to act like all sad, but it's not you. Like, dude, it's Kyrie. It's 100% Kyrie's fault.
I honestly, for me,
I don't know how it's gonna fit.
I even told my buddy, I was like, I don't believe that LeBron wants Kyrie in the team or Kyrie wants to go to that team because they don't want to play together here. Like he got out of Cleveland because he didn't want to play underneath LeBron.
Well, Kyrie's matured slightly. He's still an idiot, but he did come out before and he admitted that he wanted to go on his own. He wanted to be the man, and he understands now that the NBA is not built that way. You can't go and be the man anywhere. You have to team up with people. So he claims he learned his lesson from when he asked for a trade to Boston, because that failed. Then he goes to Brooklyn. That failed. So he realizes that it takes a lot more than just him and one other great player to win anything. So now going to Dallas, not a good fit. I don't know how they're going to work together. Luka and
you're
Kyrie
gonna
are
see
both
a very-
ball-dominant players. I don't understand how that's going to work.
You're going to see a very good teammate, a very well-behaved Kyrie for the next couple months here because he wants that contract.
Yeah, oh yeah. He will be a free agent. So that's going to be the interesting thing is a lot of people are saying basically the Lakers are going to have to just eat it this year. Next year, they're going to sign Kyrie Irving as a free agent.
With LeBron.
With LeBron, yeah. They're going to build that team next year. But if they can
So
get rid
are
of
they gonna
if they get
clear
rid of
all
Russell
the old
Westbrook,
heads out of there, or they're gonna leave?
as long as they have AD, Kyrie, and LeBron, they're in good shape.
I just can't wait for the 30 for 30 on the failed Brooklyn Nets team that comes out.
Oh, it's going to be terrible. I mean,
How
which,
do you
which
not?
time?
Well, just when they brought in Harden, or are you talking way back?
Because way back, because they brought in Paul Pierce, Kevin Durant,
Oh my
or
God, it
Kevin
could be a
Garnett. I'm sorry.
two-parter. It could be a
They brought all
two-parter.
them in. Then they
Yes.
bring in Durant.
I
Then they bring in
completely
Kyrie.
forgot about the
They tried with
Garnett
James
thing.
Harden. Then they tried with Ben Simmons. It's just not working
Shit,
in
so
Brooklyn.
I cannot wait for the 30 for 30 Brooklyn
It's
Nets
ugly.
story,
It's
because
not gonna be a good one.
Messy.
So we are live here at Shenanigans Pub, Lucy's Taco Shack. I see some people eating out there. What are you guys eating? How's the food? I can tell by how quiet it is that the food must be good. All I get are thumbs up and head nods. That's when you know that some good eating right now.
I want a taco and some nachos.
I'll be eating right after the show. I can't wait. I'm looking forward to it. I'm starving.
I'm hungry as shit.
Nacho taco.
How many of you out there have downloaded BetStamp? My man, thank you. Again, download the app BetStamp, type in the referral code BALLS, and get your bet on. You guys like winning money? Because I do. That's why we bet. I love gambling.
Do we? Is that why? I mean, I lose money sometimes too. So.
I lose, but I'm not going to lie. I've been on a fucking tear. I have been in the negative one time in the last, 2 weeks, probably.
Is it because of BetStamp?
Oh, 100% it's because of BetStamp. Oh, I'm definitely a show-off. I did post a loss the other day. I'm a man. I admit it. I lost because of Jalen Brunson couldn't hit 2 threes. That's all I needed. I would have won $600, and that fucker hit one.
So the hot rumor, I haven't confirmed it. Jared, did your tennis bet hold up today? You avoided it? Avoided? He got injured. I'm understanding and hearing that tennis is the way to bet, the parlay bet.
Really?
He's been hitting nonstop on them.
How do you bet? Just on the person?
Just the odds?
Oh, okay. I don't know anything about tennis.
I love it.
Right. I would just go in there and pick anything minus 500 and above that and just pick them to win. And just,
Sure.
or you're Fred Clark as the MVP for the Super Bowl bet. I like that one. It's a reach. I love it, though. I appreciate
Hey,
that.
takes money to make money. You got to make some bold choices if you want to win in gambling. If there was a bet that was is the tennis ball going to be a lime green color, yes or no, I'd put yes. I think I could win that one. That's about all I know about tennis.
They roll out a blue ball and you're fucked.
Will there be grunting on the women's side? Yes.
Yes.
All right. Done deal.
Ball boy running to the wall.
Yeah. Oh, I would like that. I would watch
Actually,
the shit out of
that's
that.
a pretty interesting prop bet. It does happen sometimes.
Will
Or
the
will the
ball
ball boy
boy
get hit with the ball?
Will the ball boy pull a Dale Earnhardt and go right into the wall?
Oh.
Yes. If only Dave were here to hear
There's
that.
no NASCAR fans.
I love making fun of Dale Earnhardt. It's my favorite thing. But back to the Kyrie trade. So he was traded to Brooklyn for him and Markieff Morris. They were traded for Spencer Dinwiddie, Dorian Finney-Smith, a 2027 second-round pick, a 2029 first-round pick, unprotected, like the sex most of you have out there, you dirty dogs, you. And then a 2029 second-round pick. Quite a haul. Quite a haul.
going back, right? He was
with the Nets before.
So he's just going back to Brooklyn. Yeah.
The rumor is it could be a short stint. The trade deadline is tomorrow. So far there hasn't been a lot of buzz. Nothing's happening. The Kyrie trade was the biggest thing.
I don't think the Cavs make any moves. I think they just.
I was actually that's the question I had. I was going to put Cavs making any trades?
So going into, I'd say before 2 weeks ago, I would have said yes. Yeah. But I feel like they've gotten things tweaked. Their rotations tweaked. I don't know how they're doing tonight. Anybody know the score? Did they win it?
They were winning 32 to 15 at the end of the first quarter, but that was all I saw.
I feel like he's tweaked the rotation. Kevin Love's now out of the rotation. He's officially out of the rotation.
Which is a guy that I could see being on the move because of the expiring contract.
I don't think they're going to. I think they're going to keep him where he's at. I think they're going to hold pat and not bring anybody in to mess with any feng shui they have going on right now. But they're playing pretty good basketball the last couple weeks.
Sure. They're playing very well against bad teams.
Oh, I mean,
that's the thing that's scaring me.
Them to go on a run to the All-Star because they have very winnable games until the All-Star break.
Yeah, no,
Give
don't get me
that
wrong.
confidence.
I am not mad about any win. It's just, to me, it shows that when we play against better teams, they struggle.
So you want
and that's the fear.
Make a trade then? Bring in maybe a Hardaway Jr. and stuff? What? You can't hear me?
Your mic was cutting out.
Can you hear me now? No. Let me cup the balls here.
There we go.
Cup. There we go.
There we go. He's
Ooh,
back.
if you
He's
tickle
back.
the balls, they actually listen.
So, yeah, I would
There you
like
go.
to see them make some sort of trade, albeit minor. I don't want them to shake things up. I think if you could trade Karis LeVert for something decent, that's a good trade. I think if you can get rid of Kevin Love's contract and you can bring in something that's going to be beneficial, because Kevin Love, as you said, is more than likely out of the rotation right now. So there's no sense in holding on to him unless he's going to come back for the veteran minimum next year and then accept a role of not playing. But I could also see Kevin Love being like, I just want to go to the Bay Area where he's from, or the West Coast, and contribute to another team.
I don't think
That's
they're
where
going
Graves from too, West Side.
I don't think they trade him to Golden State, but I mean, anything's possible. I mean, anything that Kobe Altman does, I trust. I think he's done.
Well,
He's built such a great team.
I don't think he'll necessarily be traded to Golden State. I think what'll happen is we'll trade him to a shitty team that just wants his contract, and they'll just buy him out.
Right.
So then he can sign with whoever he wants. So he can sign with Portland. He can sign with Golden State. Whatever.
I will give him his due if he is traded. He has done.
I love Kevin Love.
He has in the last 2 years. He stepped up into a role I didn't think he was capable of stepping into.
He is arguably my favorite Cavalier of all time.
Before last year, he wasn't. He just wasn't part of the team. He didn't buy into it.
Nope.
He didn't like it. So he's changed his mind, his mentality. He's become that veteran player you can lead on. So yeah, I'm happy with whatever he's given us.
Yeah, I love Kevin Love. He'll always go down as one of my favorite Cavaliers of all time. So if we end up trading him, it was a good run. I'm happy for what he did. 2016 was phenomenal. I'll never forget that championship. But Karis LeVert, you think he's a Cavalier tomorrow come trade deadline?
Yeah, I think so. I think he is. I don't think he's going anywhere.
What about you guys? You guys think the Cavs are trading tomorrow? What are you feeling? You think Mobley's getting traded?
Kevin Durant.
Bartender, I'll have what he's having. Albeit that would be a crazy move, but I don't see that happening.
If it happens, it's your fault. Remember that.
If it, I mean, I'm okay with it if it does.
I mean, I could see LeVert being traded. I mean, it's just he's just not a very trustworthy player.
No, not at all. He's another guy that he cost me a parlay before because I needed him to hit 1 3-pointer.
Oh, that's why you hate him, just because he missed.
No, I don't hate him.
Oh, okay.
I just his contract's expiring.
Fucking trade that guy. I lost a bet on him.
He's a 50-50 Jekyll Hyde kind of player. One night he's great, one night he sucks. And when
But
you're
when
trying
he's
to,
on, he's really on.
sure.
I mean,
but when you're trying, I'm not saying I'm a realist. This Cavaliers team is not a championship contending team. I don't think so.
You don't think so? Really?
They
Wow,
can't
hot
compete.
take.
In a 7-game series, they cannot compete with the Sixers, with the Celtics, etc.
They haven't lost to the Celtics yet this year, have they?
They haven't, but
Oh, okay. Well, I'm just going off your argument.
it
here,
was regular season ball. The Celtics did not have Robert Williams, who I think changes things defensively for them especially. He clogs up the paint. He makes a huge difference. Again, anything can happen. I just don't know in a 7-game series if the Cavs could beat those teams. So do you just hold on to LeVert, or do you try to dump that contract because his contract's up, or do you even think will he be back
what's the
next
deadline?
year?
Is it tomorrow at 4?
It's tomorrow at 4 p.m., yeah.
I don't know. I haven't heard any rumors. Only thing I've heard is that they're not doing anything. That's been more the talk than anything else.
I mean, for us right now, I think the way the Cavs are structured, the only thing you can really look at is expiring contracts. So those would be Kevin Love and Karis LeVert. Those are the top 2 people that if anybody gets traded, it's going to be those 2 because expiring contracts they're worth their weight in gold in the NBA. Yeah.
I'm curious to see what happens. I don't know if anything's going to happen, but I'm curious.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. Again, with the other rumor I saw was Westbrook to Utah in a 3-team trade for D'Angelo Russell going to the Lakers, a couple other players. I forgot everybody, but it was a pretty good-sized trade.
Just clearing some of that money off the cap or whatever, or the other
And
payroll.
I think D'Angelo Russell could play very well with the Lakers. I think there's another guy they'd be getting from Utah. I forgot his name off the top of my head, but good 3-point shooter, decent scorer. He'd be a big fit for the Lakers. They need it. But we'll see if it actually happens. But if Russ Westbrook really did get into it with the head coach and their move is just to get rid of him immediately, I think that experiment's been a failure.
I think he just wants out, though, too. I mean, he's not happy there.
That
he's
experiment
coming off
has
the
been a
bench.
failure.
He's a 6th man right now.
Yeah, no, he hasn't been good.
What?
All right. I don't know. We had an incident, it looked like.
Oh, okay.
All right, anyway, back to the show.
Moving on.
It is time for our sports betting segment. Are you ready for that?
Yeah, I'm ready for it. I mean, I picked some really off-the-wall bets for the Super Bowl on Sunday, so.
Even though our contract doesn't officially kick in until next Wednesday, we are still going to support and promote BetStamp. So this pick segment is brought to you officially by BetStamp. If you go to BetStamp, you can look up any bet you're interested in making. They are going to tell you which app has the best value, so you can make as much money as possible. Who doesn't? Anybody out there not like making money? Let me hear it.
Nobody.
Not a word. Jess? No, I didn't say. Do you love spending money? There's a huge difference. I didn't. We have Amazon Anonymous next door, ma'am. I think you're in the wrong building.
She would absolutely run those meetings, by the way.
But anyway, so if you like making money, then BetStamp is the app for you if you like sports gambling because you can see the best odds. And some of the bets, there's a significant difference because we actually did a conference call yesterday with one of the people at BetStamp, and he showed us some of the bets, and he said, there's a prop bet. And this is the segment about prop bets here, obviously. This is a good segue. Travis Kelce, if he scores 2 touchdowns in the Super Bowl, there's one app that had him at like plus 700.
Right.
The other apps had him at like plus 500. So that's a huge, significant difference in the money you can make.
Yeah, I mean, and honestly, you just have to probably install and download another app or whatever.
Yeah,
But,
or-
I mean, who hasn't downloaded 50
Or you
of them
could take
already?
20 minutes out of your day and you can log into each individual app and check the numbers, the lines, if you really want to. Instead, you can go to BetStamp, and BetStamp's going to tell you everything right off the rip.
Yeah, so it's interesting to me because when I was using it for tonight's bets, are we going to talk about the bets we made tonight?
Yeah, sure. What do you got?
No, I was just going to talk about the one we both been
Oh,
following,
yeah,
the West
yeah,
Virginia.
absolutely. So as I mentioned earlier, we've
Yeah.
been following a guy on the road to $10,000. Hopefully that's the goal for Kyle and myself. It's a 10-day process.
We're retiring if we hit it.
You start off with a $20 bet, you double it. Then if you win, you continue to double until eventually it hits $10,000. That's the main objective. So that's where we're at right now.
Yeah, so tonight's bet is West Virginia money line and Oklahoma State money line.
Correct.
West Virginia's currently winning right now.
And I don't fuck with college basketball, but when a
Oklahoma
guy
State
who
not winning right now,
when a
but
guy
it's
who does
still
it for a
early,
living
so.
tells you to do it, you go for it. Are
But
they not winning?
yeah, no, Oklahoma State's not winning. They're down
Oh, it's
10 to
7-4. Okay, it's early.
Yeah, it's still
very
early, so it's okay. But no, honestly, it's one of those things where I've got 3, 4, 5, 6 bets going right now, and I've got them all hooked through BetStamp, so I can see what's going on.
I did the
Only
same thing.
DraftKings working right now,
Yeah.
DraftKings and Caesars, but I can see every bet that I have going live, what I'm betting, what my profit could be. It's just easier for me to see what's going on.
So in the future, going forward with BetStamp, they are going to be able to sync up all of your apps.
Right.
So you will be able to, once you make your bets on, say, DraftKings, FanDuel, etc., you can just go to BetStamp, and BetStamp's going to tell you how your bets are doing all in one quick place, so you don't have to log into every app, because that does get annoying. It's tough. It's a lot to keep up
No,
with.
and I get all those damn emails. It's like, you just logged into whatever. You just logged
That's
into this.
I
Like,
hate that, dude.
I have to go clear
I hate it
emails
so
and delete
much.
emails all the fucking. Like, here you go. One is logged in. I just said.
Yeah, that's all it takes.
It's
Just for
annoying as
checking
shit.
an app, it'll tell you logged in. So go to BetStamp, check it out, use the code BALLS.
But we will have our official every week. We do a show. We'll have a bet segment. We'll have our picks of the week. What we feel, and honestly, we might bring up the app itself and kind of pick one on the show. Maybe.
Yeah, we'll have Tim put it up on the screen when we're back in the studio, and you guys can actually see us making picks and looking
we'll
at our
go
data.
through and pick our bet on the screen, what the best site to go to is, and go from there. So I'm looking forward to it.
Now, speaking of Tim, Tim's here today. He's our producer. He's here with us every Wednesday. But if you want to catch Tim in action, if you want to catch Tim behind the microphone, that's Tuesday nights, Tim Buck Tuesdays, only at Redline Radio Studio 1. Also on Tuesday nights, you've got Gary Wenner spinning the hits from 6 to 10 exclusively at RedlineRadioLLC.com. And then you go into Wednesdays, and of course, talking about balls, we are the main attraction. We are the face that runs the place.
I don't know. Those new winning things came out last week.
Although
a little questionable on the.
Yeah, I'm just going to call it out right now. I'm going to have to. We're going to go on the Grapevine, and we're going to break down some conspiracy shit because I think Lee's numbers are full of shit. There's no way. There's no way Dave put up those numbers in 1 month on that show. There's just no way. I don't buy it. I'm not buying it.
Isn't there something in the contract though that says the owner can't win an award?
Am I a sore loser? Maybe, but I refuse to accept it. So, talking about balls, we're considered the best show at Studio 2, but I think everybody knows we're the best show.
I mean, I would
at
agree.
Redline Radio.
It's
Thank you.
thanks, Grape. It's just weird that every time something comes out, it's like, oh, you've done this, and like you missed it by 3
Yeah,
views.
you just missed it. But we are exclusive guests of the Grapevine. We love going on with Grape. Thank you for having us. You're welcome with us anytime. I know sports isn't your shit, but anytime you want. Yeah, you get all technical, though, with that geometric shit or whatever it's called. I can't keep up with that math.
Gematria.
Yeah,
Get it
Jumanji.
right, man.
That's it, the Jumanji. He's got Robin Williams in the bathroom with a beard and shit. He's got that Jumanji math he tries to tell me. I can't keep up with it. But
might
yeah,
have
so
might have to make some of my Super Bowl picks through him and his math that he has going on.
I mean, it's not a bad idea. We got to ask Grape if he saw the leaked, quote unquote, leaked Super Bowl score. Did you see that?
Oh yeah, the 37-34 one, or 35.
They traded the one guy to one guy who just fainted on the field. They traded him to one of the Super Bowl games.
No, I didn't
No,
see
they
that.
can't do that. No.
Can't do-
That's too late in the season. There's no trades.
But something's going on. We'll talk about it after.
What's Trump's thing? You are fake news. But all seriousness, though, there was a leaked story the other day that the score of the Super Bowl, I forgot what it was. It was like 31-27.
No, 37-35.
The Eagles are going to win the Super Bowl over the Chiefs. It had everything broken down to like the kickoff time, and somebody put it on a Wikipedia page, and people are rolling with it, and they're saying like the script got out. And
Dude,
Kyle said that specific score is like plus
plus
18,000
eight.
right
Yeah,
now or
it's insane
something.
right
It's
now.
absurd.
It's like Vegas is
mean,
rolling
why
in
not?
it, so they might have leaked it themselves just to get those bets in that line.
Because
so now they got
that's
that
going to
money.
move the money big time.
Absolutely.
Is there a bet that won't happen?
What's up?
Is there a bet of that won't happen?
No, unfortunately, I don't think so. They do some, like, you could bet on anything. You can bet the duration of the national anthem, the color of the Gatorade dumped on the coach, heads or tails. I love that shit.
Well, we do every time we have Super Bowl party. We talk about like the
I'm
first
betting on
commercial
all that
coming on
shit.
TV. What's going to be how many like,
times did they show Roger Goodell? That's a good one to bet
right?
on.
Yeah,
I like
that
doing
or how many times are you going to mention Rihanna before halftime? Like coming up at halftime, Rihanna. Blah.
Hopefully a lot.
You gonna stick around and watch a halftime show?
But
You're
What's up?
you're a Rihanna fan?
no, I'm
Oh,
kidding.
okay, I didn't think so.
No, she. I find her pretty annoying if I'm being honest. I don't care for her music. It's not for me.
So what's some of the crazy bets you've seen on our apps that we come across for prop bets for the Super Bowl?
Well, let's not get ahead of ourselves. I haven't finished doing ad
Oh, I'm
reads
so
here,
sorry.
So
So sorry. Go ahead.
one step at a time, Kyle. We do have a script to follow, just like the NFL. But in all seriousness, you have Cleveland's Finest Wednesdays from 4 to 6, I think their time is. Were they not on this week? Okay, fair enough. Maybe Cleveland's Finest, maybe not. I don't know. Then you have Talking About Balls from 7 to 9 every Wednesday night from Studio 2. We are going to be going to bi-weekly in the near future, though, because football season's coming to an end and we need the time off.
Next week is our last show, and then we go every other week, I believe.
Yeah, right after the Super Bowl, we'll do one more show, then we're going to go to bi-weekly for a little bit. You've got That Guy Dub from 3 to 4 on Thursdays, Money's Crazy Soundtrack 5 to 7, exclusively at RedlineRadioLLC.com, where Lee plays some music that he likes, and he fudges numbers to fit Dave to give him an award because Dave needs it to feel better about himself. More power to him. You also have the Lex Vegas Show from 7 to 8 and Club Pizzle from 8:30 to 9:30. They are for the culture on Thursday nights. And then on Fridays, you, of course, have the man, the myth, the legend, the Grapevine from 6 to 8. Studio One, holding shit down. I love being on that show. It's so fucking fun.
We're not going to be on Red
It's a
Light very
great
much
time,
longer,
man. Just
are
a
we?
great vibe. It's awesome to be there. And then you got Money's Crazy Mind. What were you saying, Tim?
I was ad-lib.
Just vibing. I like it, man. You do what you got to do. And you've got Money's Crazy Mind from 8 to 10 on Friday nights also. Saturday morning, you've got Unscripted from 10 to 12. I would say check it out, but I think their numbers, apparently, they were great. So don't bother watching. Let those numbers come back down to reality. Comedies and Cocktails and Comedy with Jen from 8:30 to 9:30 on Saturday night. And TMI from 10 to midnight. Sunday, when they feel like working, Steel City Running Lates from 10 a.m. to 12. That's an old script here. We have Medium Ratchet from 6 to 8. Mondays, Just Therapy with Sean Boyd. And Redline Radio has shows every day of the week. Any time of day. Everything is in the vault. If you want to go back and watch it, it will be there.
Just worry about Wednesdays, though. That's all you worry about.
Yeah,
Just
Wednesdays really the only... Tuesdays, Fridays, and
Oh, yeah,
Wednesdays.
Tuesdays, sorry.
The only days to check in. I would say turn it on at 6 o'clock, turn it off at 8. Then on Wednesdays, 7 to 9. And then Fridays, 6 to 8. And then you don't have to bother watching any other time. It is what it is. I'm not telling you what to do, you know? You do what you got to do. You do what you got to do. But we are here live at Shenanigans Pub, Lucy's Taco Shack. They are the gracious hosts of us for our second remote. We're doing it live here. We are here on Broadview Road. Come check them out. The staff is great. The menu's changed. Everything's good. But when we're not here, you can find us at Studio. Well, most of the time you can find us at Studio 2 when there's not internet issues, because then we're at Studio 1. But Studio 1 is Detroit Auto Parts, the official parts store of Redline Radio and the home of the original studio. They have two convenient locations. East side, call 216-531-7373, or call on the west side, 216-398-7373. Mention Redline Radio and receive 10% off your purchase.
You changed up where you're going with that ad read. I thought you were going
I was
with
all
one.
over the place. That's what I
then
do.
You shifted back to the other
I
one.
like to fuck with Kyle on ad reads. It's like my favorite thing to do.
So you mentioned Studio 2. Studio 2 was built and constructed by Wiggins Construction Home Improvement.
Yes, they were.
They do bathrooms, kitchens, windows, door siding, much more, residential and commercial. Call Will today at 440-731-7654. Tell them that Team Redline sent you, and they will give you potentially some money off, maybe?
They might give you something. I don't know. They
No,
might
we
give you the
don't.
finger. You're either going to
Then
get a
do it
discount or you're
yourself.
going to get the middle finger. I don't know what they're
You're
going to
not
give you.
getting anything done. No.
This
We
is
need
our
a lot more first.
This is our first remote since doing the Dynatech remote a few months ago, which was a phenomenal time. I can't wait for them to have us back. But for the time being, since Dynatech's not having us, you can still check out everything Dynatech has. As testified by many customers, their diamond saw blades are the fastest cutting and longest lasting. Customer satisfaction is how they measure success at Dynatech, and their engineers are always available to help with your troubleshooting needs. Give them a call at 1-800-446-9001 or give them an email at sales@dynatech.com or visit their website at dynatech.com. That's dynatech.com. They have saw blades, abrasive blades, pavement marking blades, core drill rigs, core drill bits, high-speed gas saws, masonry saws, walk-behind saws, tile saws, and other construction equipment. Check them out today.
You just get on a roll, man. Just like fucking.
I do that one so often, it's so easy.
So now we got this new sponsor. We might get some more revenue coming in.
Sure.
We should start building up our T-shirt line or our merchandise line.
Yeah, if we want to get some Talking About Balls T-shirts, where would we go?
It's easy answer. It's Incredible Keepsakes. They do the T-shirts, they do cups, they do binders, keychains. They do anything you could possibly need for putting your name on something. They'll take care of you. They work with Redline. They've been with Redline now for a while, I believe. But Diane over at Incredible Keepsakes says that cherished moments are made to last forever. Give her a call today at 440-242-9648 or go to their website at www.incrediblekeepsakes.com.
Now, as we're doing this remote, we are live on a stage. You know who else is on a stage sometimes?
Strippers.
True. But I was thinking about Bad Juju.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Bad Juju is the official band of Redline Radio. They cover all your favorite hits from the 80s, 90s, whatever. To book Bad Juju, give them a call. Chad Moon at 440-458-0209. I don't believe that's his real name, but call Chad Moon anyway and ask him what his birth is. It really? No shit. I want to see his birth certificate.
And Bad Juju is a great stripper name.
It really, that's actually not a bad one at all.
Absolutely. I would watch that.
I would just,
Maybe.
I wouldn't want to be her father, but it is what it is.
Welcome to the stage. Bad Juju.
That's my baby girl, Bad Juju.
So I feel bad. Every time you talk about Dale Earnhardt, I feel like I have to mention this other sponsor of ours, Pit Road Diecast.
Sure.
Your read for the Dale Earnhardt thing when we were on their Steel City running lates was amazing, by the way.
I forgot about that. That was very good.
The exploding car. Yeah, it was Dale Earnhardt's car. Yeah. But if you're looking for collectibles, NASCAR, anything, little collectible cars. I know Chipper's won a couple things himself, but they specialize in all your current and past, alive or dead, NASCAR diecast needs, model car kits. I know they did a live remote there probably 2 months ago.
Something like that.
216-355-2347. If you mention Team Redline Radio, you'll get 10% off your in-store purchase.
And that's it for ad reads.
That was the ad read.
Now is the fun part. Now we're going to do some prop bets. We're going to do some gambling. You guys interested? Let's do it.
No.
Jess hates money. No. All right, so I looked up a couple prop bets that I really like for Sunday, the Super Bowl. Obviously, you can go bold. You can do some crazy pick that's like, plus 1,000, whatever. I'm not that bold. I'm a pretty standard, go with the flow kind of guy. But I do like a couple bets that will make you some money.
What's your first one right now?
My favorite one, if I had to guess, or if I had to pick, on the first drive for Philadelphia, Dallas Goedert gets a catch. That's all it is. He doesn't have to be the first guy to get a catch. Doesn't have to be the second, third, whatever. Anytime on the drive, if Dallas Goedert, however you say his name, if he gets a catch, it is plus 140. Those are really good odds. I like that bet a lot. Dallas Goedert is a heavily targeted tight end for the Eagles. I think on their first drive, they are going to look his direction. I think that offense is going to move, and I like Dallas Goedert to get a catch at plus 140.
That's a good one. So that's a pretty. That's a no sense bet. You have to make that bet. It's pretty simple.
I think so too. It's
I don't think you're going to lose that.
Yeah.
So I went the opposite direction. I went some quirky off the wall type prop bets. The first one that I'm definitely going to throw some money on, currently right now it's at a plus 450, is if a field goal or an extra point will ding the goalpost.
Okay.
Just has to ding it. It can be the bottom, it can be the right, it can be left, whatever. It just has to ding it. If the ball bounces off the goalpost and goes in, it's a plus 450.
So it has to hit it and go in.
Yes.
So it can't hit it and go out.
Yes. It has to
Okay,
hit
so
it and go
that's tough then. I thought you just meant it had to touch it.
No, so it
That
says
is very
it has
tough.
to be a field goal or whatever extra point made.
Okay, it has to be
hit the thing.
has to be a make.
So
okay.
plus 450 right now.
That's
I'm gonna
that's
throw
a tough
money on
one.
it. I'm gonna
That's
throw
a
money
tough
on
one.
it. Yeah.
And now the second one that I like, I only wrote two down because only two caught my eye, and they both happen to be because you know how I am. You know what I like, and I like a good tight end. Everybody knows that.
Well, absolutely.
So, the second one that I have, and this one's a little bolder. This is the first player to have a reception for the Kansas City Chiefs, Travis Kelce, plus 170.
So first reception.
First reception of the game for the Chiefs. I think it's a no-brainer too. He has nobody else to throw to. All the other wide receivers are hurt. He doesn't throw the ball to the running backs that often. So give me Travis Kelce.
Hey, so my wife just said that she heard about a bet on the news.
Yep.
Any player from Ohio has any sport, what was it? Any player from Ohio makes MVP. It's like some shit.
Pretty much the only one that could win MVP would probably be Kelce. Which, not a bad guy to bet on, if I'm being honest. If he goes out there and gets 2 touchdowns, 100 yards, he could win MVP. The only thing, though, is if he gets those 2 touchdowns, that means Patrick Mahomes has thrown a few touchdowns himself, and they usually give it to the quarterback. So I'm not going to lie to you. I already put money on Patrick Mahomes as the MVP just to kind of plan ahead.
So I'll mention two quick ones. So the other one was a flea flicker. If a flea flicker happens
Yeah.
in a game, it's plus 210 right now to put money down. I think that's worth
And
throwing $5 on.
That's just a flea flicker attempt. It doesn't have to be
flea flicker
completed.
attempt.
Okay.
Yeah. And the other
Because
quick.
you threw me off with the field goal one where it has
Sorry.
to be good.
Oh, I apologize.
No, I just thought like you meant
That's
the
what
ball
that's,
has to hit
on
the
DraftKings.
goalpost.
It has to be good. That's what it
Okay.
said at least. The other one though I saw, I forget what site it was. It's the brotherly love bet. I think right now the one
We talked about that one.
And I saw from another group that I text with that said put it out there. It's where it's receptions and or yards receiving and snaps played. So
Yeah, so Jason Kelsey, for those of you that don't know, is Travis Kelsey's brother. He plays center for the Philadelphia Eagles. Now, the average offense in the NFL is going to run about 60 to 70 plays. Travis Kelsey would then need to get 60-plus yards to beat that because whoever gets more snaps from Jason Kelsey or more receiving yards from Travis
So
Kelsey.
the favorite in that right
Or
now,
Jason Kelsey,
obviously,
Travis Kelsey.
is Travis Kelsey, right? To get
Yeah,
more
I would think
yards.
so. I think Travis Kelsey's going
But
to
it's
blow
an
it out of the water.
interesting bet, though, because I mean,
But that's the
what if
thing, though, is I
defense
think
locks
what
him
was
up?
Kelsey like minus 160?
Right.
And then Jason Kelsey winning that, it was like plus 200 or
Right,
something.
exactly.
So the
But it's
odds are
just
definitely
it's just
not in your
funny how
favor, but
that's an interesting prop bet.
it's a
Receptions
fun
versus
one to
snaps,
watch.
yeah.
I think when you go into a game like the Super Bowl, where obviously the Browns are not in it and there's no chance of them being in it in the
Obviously
foreseeable
they're
future, you have to make the game fun. So I like to do all these weird prop bets of like, okay, I think this guy's going to catch a touchdown here or whatever. It just keeps the game interesting, keeps it fun. I personally don't check my bank account, Uncle Sam, but I've been betting on offshore websites for years. So I've been doing prop bets and doing all this shit for a long time because I have to make the game enjoyable for myself, and the Browns not being there really hurts that.
Yeah, we still do fun prop bets with the family. We'll do like what kind of commercial is going to be the first commercial.
That's a good one.
How many?
Like
how many,
which brand or
yeah,
company
right,
or whatever.
exactly. Was it's going to be like a Doritos commercial? It can be a car commercial.
Is that one they would put on DraftKings?
I don't think they would though.
I feel like they'd have to be affiliated to do that.
Because I believe they wouldn't because there's someone that knows the answer to that question.
True, that's a good call.
So
call.
they're
Yeah.
like, no. So
That could
we
be
know the
fixed.
first commercial is going to be this, so I'll bet on it.
Then again, it could all be fixed.
Right, that's true.
It's
too.
all part of the Jumanji
But
math.
those are the fun ones to do on the side though. But yeah, so I'm excited for Sunday. It's going to be a good time.
Yeah, I'm excited. I think I'm definitely going to throw some money down on that Dallas Goedert. What do we got?
Westbrook got traded.
To Utah?
So, D'Angelo Russell, 2027 first-round pick.
There it is.
Wow, live on the show.
Spoke it into
Traded.
fruition. It has officially happened. Russell Westbrook has been traded to the Utah
Get into a
Jazz,
fight with a coach, you're gone.
where they play no jazz. He will not have a good time there. I think he is going to immediately ask to be released or traded again. I cannot see him lasting on that team. That's actually pretty good.
Yeah.
I mean,
He's back where
he's back, and now he's actually got a little talent around him. A little bit.
Interesting.
A couple pieces.
All right then, breaking news.
That's
Talking
huge.
about balls.
Yeah, look at that. We're live at Lucy's, and we get some breaking news for the NBA. How fucking awesome is that?
And my watch just went off. Breaking news.
What are the odds? It's Jumanji math. There it is. Grape, you had that shit. All right, so now we have reached the fun part of the show, and of course, it's picks. Now, for those of you,
Just one pick.
no, you get two because you have to try to win
Oh,
it
yes,
over.
I do.
So obviously, we like to do little challenges and with a punishment looming at the end. Kyle took a two game deficit after the championship.
I rolled
games.
some dice. You know, I won the season one.
Yeah,
And I feel in the playoffs, I rolled.
he rolled the
a little
dice,
bit more.
and those dice got ran over by a semi because they are destroyed. But it is 8-4 for Tim and myself. We are no chance of losing.
I have a chance to tie though.
To Kyle, Kyle does have a chance to tie, but Kyle has to get two things right. Not only does he have to pick the winning team, which he's going to have to wait till I pick, and I assume you just have to go opposite because
I guess so.
there's no other way around it. And then what was it? You have to pick
The score,
You have to pick the score. Okay, we'll do total points.
which I will predict the score. Then I'm going to go and bet that score too. So why
I
not?
will say this, just to be fair. I will do total points within 3, either, more or less. Is that fair?
Okay, that's fine. I'll take
Give you a
that.
little wiggle room.
Sure, I appreciate
Tim,
that.
you okay with that? You're part of this. I want your input.
I'm absolutely okay with that.
Okay.
So you're saying for me to pick not the score but the total
So
points.
you can do total points, and if you're within 3, whether it's higher or lower, I will give it to you.
Okay, I like that.
Okay.
So you guys go first then with your picks because I have to go off of you guys.
Well, I kind of tipped my hand earlier when I said I'm taking Patrick Mahomes for MVP, You don't really win MVP unless you win the game. So I am going with the Kansas City Chiefs. I picked them early in the season, if I'm not mistaken. His ankle's fine. He said today he's as good as gold. He feels great. I love it. It looks good to me.
Did you call him and ask him that question?
I did. I talked to him
okay.
earlier, and Kermit the Frog picked up, and then I was like, "Hey, could you put Patrick Mahomes on?" And he's like, "This is Patrick," and I was like, "Oh no shit." But
Yeah.
yeah.
We only get weird brothers of quarterbacks,
Yeah,
like Lenny
he's busy.
Pickett.
Yeah, I can get Peter Mahomes. I can't get Patrick. I can get his cousin. But I am gonna pick the Kansas City Chiefs. I don't like Tom Brady. I'm happy he retired. I'm sick of looking at his face. I'm sick. Why is he posting pictures of himself in his underwear? That's fucking weird. I don't
That
get
was
it.
a weird. That was a weird photo.
I don't understand that.
Did you guys see that photo?
Appreciate greatness with LeBron, but not with Brady?
Correct.
Oh, okay. Just making sure.
Correct. To me, Tom Brady isn't the greatest. I don't like Tom Brady.
But I mean, that was a weird photo to try to like just wake up in the
Every
morning and like take
championship
a.
Tom Brady has won has come with controversy.
Because the other teams can't play defense.
Or because they illegally film it, they deflate the footballs, the NFL changes the rules for him on fumbles. That would be the case.
I mean, that was a fumble. That Oakland Raiders.
He
that
admitted it was a fumble.
All Jumanji.
It is damn right. That's all Jumanji.
All right, I got my total points. I'm ready to go.
So I am going to go with Kansas City. I like Patrick Mahomes. I know he's an AFC quarterback, so it goes against basically everything I say, but I like watching him play football. He's a great quarterback. I think it's just a fun guy to watch. So if he could get another championship, more power to him. And I just think the Chiefs are a great team. They're a great coach. Andy Reid obviously knows what he's doing. The Chiefs are a powerhouse. I'm just going to take them. So I'm going with the Chiefs.
Tim, he's third out.
I was gonna see if you let me slide.
No.
Yeah, no,
Go
Tim,
ahead.
you're
Go ahead.
in this.
I mean, you ride Justin's coattails. You're probably taking the Chiefs too.
I mean, we're both 8-4. We know what we're doing.
For one fucking bet, you know what you're doing.
I am thinking the Chiefs, but
Can I get a
Like
classic?
I
can I get a
said,
classic Tim
like I
Tomahawk
said.
chop?
definitely.
Thank you.
Like I said.
But the reason why I'm picking the Chiefs, I think it's a lot more than just the team per se. I think with Andy Reid, he get this.
They've been there before.
Yeah, and I just feel like he wants to show Philly.
He wants to stick it to his old team. I'm with you on that.
I really think he's gonna do.
I saw a thing the other day that said when Andy Reid took the job in in Kansas City, I think it was, he fired Nick Sirianni. Like his first order of business was firing Nick Sirianni.
Well, this makes my bet easier because I was Eagles all the way.
Okay, so
So
I'll
I
jot it
think
down
they're
here.
a better built team, better all around better team
Okay.
than the Chiefs. And I think I'm going. Give me 51.5 points.
51.5.
51.5, and I get three wiggle room, right?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Give me 51.5.
I think I was thinking of a high score too. I guess it's not super high.
I mean,
High enough, but
neither team has a dominant defense.
yeah.
Both defenses can sometimes be good. That's
Sure.
about the best you're going to get. Neither are great. Neither are dominant by any stretch. I did see a stat, though, today that said, thank you, that the Eagles and the Chiefs have the most combined sacks for a season in NFL history in a Super Bowl.
Really?
Yeah. I think the Eagles were like at 68 and the Chiefs were at like 52 or something like that. They were pretty wide margin for
I'm
the
excited
season.
for the matchup because it's going to be an offensive show out. I mean, it's going to be
I hope
up
so.
and down the field. I think some great
As
catches,
long as it
some
doesn't
great
look
runs.
like the Patriots-Rams Super Bowl from a few years ago, because that
Oh, God,
sucked.
that was a
the worst
snooze
Super Bowl
fest.
I've ever seen, aside from any Steeler championship, because I obviously hate those more than anything. But yeah, and you know it.
But yeah, so 51.5
These
points.
damn
I'll take
Steeler
the Eagles. I'll take the Eagles.
All right, so you guys heard it here. If Kyle does not win, we had an Eagle call. If Kyle does not get both of these, then he is going to have to suffer a consequence. And we haven't decided what we're going to do. So if any of you guys here in the audience have a suggestion for a punishment, I'm kind of leaning towards the one chip challenge. How do you guys feel about that? You guys have better ideas? Anything better? He already does that in pre-show.
What mask?
A gimp mask. It's just some leather. It's nothing crazy.
I I think I can handle the one chip challenge. So yeah, I'm good with that. But I mean, I can't pick my own punishment. But
I'd have to look up the Scoville units or whatever the fuck they call it for hot sauce for the one chip challenge because you ate that extract the one time. So if the extract was way more than the one chip challenge, we might have to rethink the punishment because then that's not that great.
Well, the one chip challenge, you can't drink anything for I think 5 minutes or something like that.
Is that how you do it?
there's no way it's 5 minutes.
I believe it's like 5 to 3 minutes.
We're gonna look into this.
I think-
We're gonna figure
I think
this
Tim
out.
needs to
What
shut
do you
the
got,
fuck up
Tara?
over
You're saying
there, but-
something? Yeah, Jess is all about a belly button or a nipple piercing.
What? Twist his dick.
She's all about it.
The tattoo?
I've got golf season. You know, with nipples.
Well, we don't want him to
piercing,
get
you
an
wanna-
infection, so we're gonna
get,
do it
like,
professionally.
moves.
Really?
Your mom pierced your nipple?
Actually, my best friend did.
Your mom pierced your nipple?
My belly
Oh,
button.
we were talking.
Yeah, we were talking about
nipple
nipples,
piercing.
so that's why I was like,
I was like, there's shit
that's
that
a
happened
weird
I didn't know
family
beforehand,
reunion you guys
so-
have over there, but
But a ding, a ding,
I
a
don't
ding, a
judge.
ding.
Y'all both getting the tattoo is not a bad idea.
Well, we got to figure that out too, because I asked Dave to set up a remote with the
Oh, and
tattoo,
he fucking
then
stole
Dave
it.
set himself up for a tattoo shop remote. So we'll see what happens.
I will not get a tattoo.
We'll see how
of
that
Pat
goes.
Mahomes, brother. Fuck that dude. Jackson, fuck him. No, a Jackson Mahomes tattoo.
We have to sing a Bon Jovi song completely. The one chip challenge is actually
20
20 minutes.
minutes of no drinking anything?
Drink nothing.
Okay.
I would rather play in traffic.
All right, so we'll put it up to a poll on on our Facebook page, but we're gonna either do the one chip challenge,
No,
which is
we know a bunch of assholes. They're all gonna say yes to it.
well, hang on, there's
Oh,
other
okay.
options. So the one chip challenge, 20
Yeah,
minutes of no
him too.
drinking, or potentially a nipple/belly button piercing, which is his wife's choice, and then we'll
Is
maybe
there an over under how long I have to keep said piercing in though?
Here's a new one. Fake nails, like long.
Can you shut the hell up?
With them, you're gonna keep
Who invited you?
Sounds like I'm about to join the Illuminati. Don't do it.
yeah, that one's tough.
And no, I can't do that. I see too many customers.
I don't want
that
anything
can't
that's gonna
fake
just well, I guess I was gonna say I don't want anything that disrupts his ass wiping, but that'll be the one chip challenge also.
Maybe like the
So,
three
I don't
seashells
know.
in Demolition Man. They have to like scrape it with the three seashells.
Yeah, Jess, you have to wipe his ass like he's a paraplegic if you do that. If you do the nail thing. Well, you're a professional. He's a newbie.
You have them.
Yeah, he's just gonna have shitty fingernails.
My
all the
only
time.
concern is she would have had fake nails. She loses one up there while she's whipping.
He's just
it.
gonna have
God.
he's gonna have these shit covered fingers just eating popcorn with Jess. Like, hey, you want to go to the movie tonight? But then again, that's your problem, not mine. So maybe I'm all for that. I don't care.
I think Jess should stop throwing ideas out.
We'll
That'd be
figure it
great.
out. All right, but we have reached the end, and it is everybody's favorite segment, and that is, of course, just the tip. And as always, we start off with our main man, Timbuktu. Tim, take it away.
I don't know if everybody, I know the crowd can hear me, but I don't know if the people on the show can hear me. But just a tip, you already know what I always bring, I always talk about.
Black History Month.
That's exactly what it is.
I thought it was called.
We're not talking about that. But the reason why it works so well is because I'm going to talk about Richard Pryor. Richard Pryor is one of the greatest comedians of all time. Arguably has the best stand-up comedy of all time. We're live on Sunset Strip. And if you get the chance, if you have not watched it yet, please go back and watch it. Just watch it. I mean, it's really not too much I can say.
It's a straightforward tip.
Right. It's just it's an amazing set. I mean, and you see why he is considered one of the greatest comedians of all time. If not,
I've seen it. It's a classic. If you like stand-up comedy, that's one you have to watch.
you have to watch it.
Richard Pryor, Eddie Murphy. Where you at with that?
So Eddie Murphy is probably my favorite of all time because I could quote Eddie Murphy all
Yeah,
all
yeah.
day.
Yeah.
I would say he's probably one of the reasons why I wanted to do comedy. It was him, Eddie Griffin, Dave Chappelle, and Cat Williams.
Okay.
There's some other comedians, and so many other comedians. I watched so much comedy in my time. It's ridiculous.
I will say, if you love Eddie Murphy, do not watch the movie You People on Netflix because you might end up hating him because that movie sucked. That was one of the worst things I ever watched. So
It actually wasn't. In my opinion, it wasn't that bad. It wasn't,
Really?
It wasn't that bad.
I heard it wasn't that.
It wasn't
They-
great because even Jess and I were like, this jumped all over the place, but it
No,
wasn't
they
bad.
just they tried so hard. They had to use every like woke term. They like pushed every narrative so hard at you. It was like it felt forced.
It
I was watching. I'm like,
it was
"God
an
damn."
okay movie. It
Like-
wasn't great, but it was okay.
Like, do people really act like that? I couldn't
I mean,
believe
Eddie
it.
Murphy was nerfed in that movie. He wasn't able to be himself.
Yeah, and then the way like Julia Louis-Dreyfus acted in the movie, I'm like,
And I'll be honest,
nobody acts like that.
I
Like,
don't believe-
nobody's that like uncultured. I guess
Jonah
like,
Hill
nobody's that
wasn't able to
rude,
be
like-
himself, but he was himself because those
Yeah.
tattoos were his tattoos.
Yeah, sure.
So he was kind of being himself, but he wasn't being himself. So he was kind of nerfed too. I think. I think he's a funny actor. It's worth a watch, Tim. Just make your own judgment.
Personally, I hated it. And
And
you
there
know how I
goes
am.
and there goes my tip for the
This
week.
is
No,
my
I'm just kidding.
classic. This is a classic JG loves to complain moment. I did not like the movie. I have to complain about it to everybody. I watched it on Sunday night and I hated
Our
it.
movie tastes are way
And,
different. Way too different.
Anyway, though, so yeah, check out Live at the Sunset Strip with Richard Pryor. Great stand-up special, classic. Everybody should see it if you like stand-up comedy. So thank you for that, Tim. I'm just, in case they can't hear it on the audio, I'm reciprocating it for you. You gotcha.
I've got no tip this week. I'm actually going to give my time to you because your tip is actually that important. So please.
Okay, well, thank you. Without further ado, I was not expecting that, but thank you. So my tip is a bit of a serious one because if you guys know the earthquakes that happened in Syria and Turkey over the weekend were devastating. A lot of people are homeless, and it was just, a lot of people are dead. They're missing. Horrible moment. So my brother-in-law, who couldn't be here tonight because he has Cavs season tickets, he's at the game. His family is directly from Turkey. He has been to Turkey. He has family still over there, so it really hits home for them. And because he's my brother-in-law, he is my family. So if you can, donate to, I'm not sure how to pronounce it. I don't know if you say it as Tasno or if you just say Tasno. It is the Turkish community group here in Northeast Ohio. If you can, donate. They're always looking for things, especially right now in this critical moment. They're really looking for winter clothing, socks, blankets, jackets, canned food, diapers, toothbrushes, really just essential things. They need all of it because people have lost their homes. They have nothing, and it's the winter over there, so people are freezing. It's a horrible situation. So if you can, look it up, TASNO, find it on YouTube, or on Facebook. They have a Facebook page. They're doing a shipment, their second shipment, the first shipment is the 10th of February, which is kind of soon, and the second shipment is the 17th. I have personally bought a lot of things that are on the way to me. I'm going to donate a lot of clothes. I'm going to give as much as I can to help out the needy, so make sure you guys do that if you get a chance. Just reach out to me. I'm collecting, or if you want to donate on your own, please do. They have drives in, or donation areas in Hudson, Ohio, Avon, Ohio, Parma, Chagrin Falls, Pepper Pike, and Grafton. They are all over the place. Again, look them up on Facebook, TASNO. It is the Turkish Association of Northeast Ohio. Give them a shout out and donate. Just do what you can. If you have anything, literally anything can help. So
That's entire thing's crazy. Like
I used to do with my old podcast, the Justin George Party. I would do the Take Off Your Pants clothing donation. And this year, in honor of talking about balls and in honor of what happened in Turkey, we're doing it again, but this time it's directly for them. So if you have anything to donate, if you can, please do it. It's for a really good cause.
I got nothing else. I just wanted
All
to
right.
give it time to talk about it.
That's it. And then on behalf of everybody here at Talking About Balls, you might be younger, taller, better looking, richer, more talented, but motherfucker, I can ride. Thank you, everybody. We appreciate you being here.